Warriors, I welcome you to another important video, my friends. If you haven't subscribed already to this channel, please do so that you can receive the best anxiety support there is on YouTube. Yesterday, on the Facebook tribe, I asked the question of what would you like to see in this week's YouTube video? There was a tremendous amount of answers and comments and questions and likes and so on and so forth. But I had to go with the most popular one, and this is by Ann Denning. And thank you so much for helping us create this YouTube video today. And the topic is based on being obsessed with your own health. I've been in this world. I want to discuss first and foremost my own personal experiences with this feeling and this cycle. I want to share with you some of the patterns that I recognize from the health anxiety sufferers that tend to be obsessed with their health. And then what I want to do towards the end of this video is give you 3 things that you can begin working on today to shift from being obsessive to more trusting. Warriors, if I think about my own health anxiety suffering journey, I remember always being obsessed with prevention and never focusing on creation. I realized that when I was looking to prevent the disease or the illness or the death all the time and catastrophizing these further thoughts and sensations and bodily symptoms in my body, it was nothing more than a continuation. A continuation? A continuation of what I've been doing my entire life. Whether it was a relationship, I always looked to prevent the ending of that relationship. So I did everything in my power to prevent that from ending. If it was something else, I would always prevent the worst from occurring, but I never lived in a place of creation. So there I was, suffering from health anxiety and recognizing, oh my God, how limited a life I and others are living simply based on looking to constantly prevent the worst case scenario from happening today and now. You never touch on your intuition. You never become spontaneous. You overthink everything, and all of a sudden this world that we live in is a very fearful and threatening place, when in fact there is no threat whatsoever, and it is quite safe and generous. Living a life of creation rather than a life of prevention. Think about that right now for a moment. You, as the health anxiety sufferer, imagine what your life would be like if you can just shift your mindset to creation rather than prevention. So that was my personal experiences. Now let's understand the cycle and the pattern just a little bit more. Most health anxiety sufferers would rather hold on to the state that they're in rather than risk it and go on this healing journey and commit to this healing journey because they're afraid of losing what they already have. Powerful stuff. So there's always this feeling of, change would be nice. It would be nice for me to achieve what I want to achieve, to live freely. But if I do commit to this healing journey, what if? And there's that what if again. Right? We live our entire days with these what ifs. What if it doesn't happen? What if things get worse? So whenever somebody engages in some kind of meditation, reframing, act, hypnosis, CBT, NLP, it doesn't matter what you do. EFT, EMDR. Your heart is not in it. You're not fully committed to what you're doing. You're not absorbed in what you're doing. A part of you wants change, and a bigger part of you is afraid of what may show up because of that change. Think about it and comment below. Tell me, honestly, if this is actually occurring in your own life. Oh my God, the insights and the clarity that we can gain simply by being honest with ourselves. Beautiful. Most health anxiety sufferers have become comfortable in fear, doubt, and low self-esteem. And they have consciously and unconsciously connected it to who they are. Comfortable in low self-esteem, comfortable in fear, comfortable in doubt. Does that sound like you? It was me for many, many years. Imagine admitting this. Imagine starting your journey by being honest with yourself. And so, what we tend to do, without even realizing it, is we connect who we are as a soul, as an identity, as a persona, to these ideas. Keywords, ideas. These ideas are a reflection of your past experiences, the belief systems of your authority figures, your traumas and such, and you have owned them. You don't just dabble with them throughout the day. You think this is who you are. And what tends to happen as you go through the day is you always, always, always check in with who you are. And when you check in, guess what you find? Doubt, fear, suppressed anger, rage, in fact. And we never seem to be in the present moment fully. Engage with our kids, engage with our loved ones, our friends, because when we check in, we realize that we are not worthy of fully committing and being present in this particular moment. Therefore, we revert back to what's familiar, a catastrophic potential future. A world of certainty based on fear, rather than embracing the uncertainty of change. Most health anxiety sufferers don't commit to healing because of what others may think of their new identity. Let me give you an example of why this happens. We still have the oldest brain functioning each and every moment of each and every day of our lives. This brain is our reptile or survival brain. And it's constantly picking up along the surface and in the environment things that are connected to experiences from the past that have led you to believing that there's a threat or something fearful within the current situation. Now, you believe that others may not approve of your healing. Therefore, you continue to stay in the world of fear and doubt and health anxiety and obsessing over your health, because ostracization leads the reptile brain to thinking that it is dying. If you are ostracized from a tribe of negative energies and people that constantly talk about how difficult their life is, and even if they don't talk about it, you sense it. To be ostracized and to take yourself out of that kind of tribe meant death back in the day, and it still does to the reptile brain. So without you even consciously recognizing it, you have a fear of healing. You have a fear of moving away from these constant catastrophizing ideas based on a symptom and a sensation in your body. Insight, wisdom, in fact. Now here's what I want you to do, because we need to make things practical. We have to ask ourselves better questions to stop obsessing about our health and start trusting in the creative intelligence that lies outside of you and the body that you have. I want you to ask yourself these questions in this order. Question number 1. Why do you obsess over your health? Write this down. Why do you obsess over your health? We're constantly caught up in what could go wrong, but we never ask ourselves this question. Why do I obsess over my health? Second question. Why are you so afraid of X? Because there's a reason you're obsessing over your health. And the next question is, why are you so afraid of that happening, that occurring in your life? The third question is, what experience contributed to you becoming afraid of X? Now, this is a very important question, because when you can sense unconsciously, when you can sense that there's a particular experience that has led you to believing something about your health, ill health, as you grow older, you may be faced with a disease or illness, whatever it may be, that makes you stuck in this health anxiety place, we can begin reframing that experience. So question number 1, why do you obsess over your health? Question number 2, why are you so afraid of X? Question number 3, what experience contributed to you becoming afraid of X? Start reframing. Now, warriors, I've been where you are, and I've gotten to a much better place. Many other people, success stories, have done the same thing, and it's time for you to follow. Now, here's what you need to start doing. Number 1, to stop obsessing, you must become emotionally neutral towards the very thing you look to fight and run from. Emotionally neutral towards the very thing you want to fight and run from. How do we do that? Well, we have to come from a place of understanding, a place of compassion and love towards the very things that we're fighting with right now. Because if we don't make friends with these symptoms, these ideas, we'll never heal. We'll constantly be hustling, fighting, distracting ourselves from the very things we don't want to feel. So love, compassion, based on this idea. Your body loves you so unconditionally. It loves you so unconditionally that it's creating these sensations, these symptoms, many times involuntarily, unconsciously, because it's looking out for your survival. Oh my God, can you imagine seeing the very things, your symptoms, in this light rather than fighting with them and obsessing over your health? The second thing is to stop obsessing. You must see beyond yourself and this physical body. This was a very challenging thing for me to realize first and then to accomplish. I am more than my physical body. This life is more than just about me. Imagine that. Getting to a place where, yes, through the self-care, you are taking care of the very needs that you need to take care of for yourself. Very important. You come first. But on the other side, taking into consideration that there are so many other people in this world right now that are caught up in fear, that are caught up in the fight or flight response, that are living with so much uncertainty. And so we have to get beyond ourselves and beyond our bodies and begin recognizing that we are much more than just this physical matter, and so is this planet. Everything is energy. Everything is frequency. Everything is vibration. So when you begin seeing yourself as an energetic being rather than just a physical being, now You start to understand why these difficult occurrences continue to show up in your life, internally and externally. A beautiful place to be. And the third thing is, to stop obsessing, you must give yourself permission. Permission to learn from what habits don't work. Oh my goodness, stop for a second. And just look at the daily occurrences, the daily routines, the rituals, the patterns, the cycles that you continuously engage in. Thinking, acting, seeing yourself as so, what you imagine may happen in the future, what you're imagining about your past. You already know what doesn't work. Wow. And if you can recognize all the things that don't work, you will be intuitively met with the very things that will work. What a switch. What a beautiful recognition. What a beautiful starting point for your healing journey. Warriors, I've been in that place of being obsessed with my health. And now I'm obsessed with life. I'm obsessed with people. I'm obsessed with purpose. I'm obsessed with creativity. I'm obsessed with being spontaneous. Overthinking is the enemy. Remember that. And overthinking is a pattern, is a cycle, is a defense mechanism that wants to move you away from being spontaneous and towards overthinking. But your healing resides in your ability to be spontaneous, intuitive, and childlike again. Begin letting go. You have the permission from yourself to let go and to become the greatest version of you. You are so much more. You are becoming so much more. You are more than anxiety. Believe me. And in time, you will begin believing it yourself. The very new personalized guided anxiety meditations are now out on my site, right here. Whatever you need is there on that site. Take it, run with it. Let me help you, heal you, and get you to a place where you deserve to go. Comment below. Let's interact. Let's talk about what you gained from this video, and let's heal. Have a wonderful day, because you deserve it, my friends.